I'll tell you what, what'd you do to make Lynn mad?
Well, I probably come in there and said something to her, I don't know.
Here, let me have a copy of this real quick so I make
All right. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's why she took the day off, I know it. Well, the camera's rolling, so I can't make it.
Jason, I was thinking, do you think we should check around on that flyover to see if someone's any cheaper, or check with Bruce Harris or somebody that did it before?
We could.
I mean, just a thought.
Yeah. There might be some-
They said they did, how many states was it, or
I think he said about 48.
about 48 states?
Other than the ones in the county, but we can check pricing.
Rick Carter may be interested in doing it.
I don't
Take
think
Michelle.
anybody around here is gonna invest in that kind of camera equipment.
Take Michelle up there with her camera.
Yeah. Nice, looks good to me.
Looks good to me.
All right.
I move to approve.
Second.
All right, motion passed. Say aye.
You're up, Ted.
We're gonna start with these.
Yeah, well, you can tell what giving him, I got plenty of it.
Got all the buildings done.
Yeah. Plaza Tire.
These are international. Is that for a stun gun? Yeah, taser. We can buy two of them, or we can
About two more to replace. We're gonna have to do this every year for the next couple of years. Get the ones we had, we're about 6, 7 years old.
getting out of the season.
They won't repair them anymore, force you to replace them. Last couple of weeks, John's been telling me they've been having trouble with a hot water heater over there. It's been leaking a little bit. Don't have any hot water in it, so I think it was last Thursday, Jerry and a couple of trustees took the inspection panel off that hot water tank. And over the course of about 6 hours, they hammered out about 100 pounds of calcium. Hot water. Some stuff looked like great big sandwiches. I mean, it was just layer after layer after layer of calcium built up in that hot water tank.
Can we put like a filter on before it really gets to that point, or what?
Almost needs a filter and a softener.
Yeah.
It might be something we can look at maybe next year's budget, keep them cleaned out. That was the problem for years with the valves and the showers. We kept replacing these like $100 valves.
Right.
Jerry came up with the idea of changing the whole faucet system in it. Now he can change that for like, $5, $10.
That's good.
It's just the hard water. If it's affecting that over there, it's affecting the boiler downstairs.
Did that help the heater?
Yeah.
Did it? I guess that thing was down in that calcium, couldn't heat.
It just great big rocks.
Yeah.
You all pretty full over there.
Yeah, we're staying above capacity between 45 and 50 every day.
You guys are just way too busy. I mean, you quit bringing them in.
They just need to quit breaking law, don't they? Had another meth head this week, didn't you?
Having more and more groups wanting to come in and, provide services and stuff to inmates, and it's harder and harder for John to get it done, because each time someone wants to start something, you gotta assign a correctional officer to that person or that group. It's getting harder, because we've got so many people in there.
You gonna be able to participate in that exercise May the 16th?
Nothing happens that day. It's like last Friday, I didn't believe we'd have, that shooting in the meth lab in the afternoon, so I didn't get to go, Denise didn't get to go.
What shooting? I don't know.
So, it was gonna be an accidental shooting.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know Packers, Glen Fossils were charged. Us and the state police are working on it.
Oh.
It's
Have you
just-
heard about that, Gerald? It's one of your old buddies.
It's hard to believe it. Who is Ron Robinson?
No?
It's an unusual occurrence. I've never seen anything like it's happened before.
Well, it would be the guy to do it. It's
Probably
Mark
somewhat working man.
Alexander.
Oh, well. Did he shoot somebody?
That's what we're working on now. Like I said, we think it's probably an accident.
Well, Lori may know all about it. Tornado, or it was tornado.
Well, no, she sold her house.
That's right, yeah.
He bought her house.
That's right.
Like I said, we would've went to that one Friday, but I think at one time, we probably had, between us and state police, 20 people working both cases, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
couldn't go.
I understand.
Well, at least they keep it interesting for you, don't they, Ted?
I don't want you to wake up to it 6 o'clock in the morning.
When did that happen?
6:15, 6:16.
Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
Is that AM and Hefner? Is that what you're talking about?
Is she okay? I mean,
Already okay, yeah, just very, very fortunate.
What was John Bill Harold deal, remember when he was seeing that gal, remember that? The gun went off or something, I don't know what that. That's probably too young to remember it, but you probably
That's-
do.
yeah, a little bit.
Everything else going well? Just get your bills paid up.
Yeah, how much money we got this week?
I don't know. Money person came in. It's not payroll this week, is it?
Yes, it is.
People waiting in line already.
Oh, that reminds me. I'll read a letter, got a letter from the Attorney General. And I'll let you read it, just off the top of my mind. Some mortgage company was doing, I guess we're doing robo signings, and there was a class action lawsuit against them, and they had in Illinois, got 3.3 million of it, but what it boils down to is they are going to send a check to us for about $7,700
Wow.
for recording fees that they, and I'm not even sure what all the issue was, but we'll be getting, as soon as I get with Dana,
What's robo mean?
where they just had people in there signing foreclosures without even doing any research.
Oh, okay.
They hired people, I mean, it was first, I think, down in Atlanta or someplace where they just hired some college students, come in and just start signing names. They might have been, and I'll let you read the letter, because it's sort of interesting. I knew it was going on, but I had no idea we'd get that much money.
We was, I was heading to the house out towards, on North Avenue, and a lady hit a deer. She parked on the side of the road with her hazard lights on. Well, I turned around, I was gonna drag the deer out of the middle of the road with my hazard lights on. And her brother-in-law come up, he had his hazard lights on, it was dark. His car comes flying around us all, drove through us all. I don't even know if they let off the fuel, hits the plastic, sends it flying all over. I mean, there's plastic on the road, I was in the process of kicking it all off the road. In a double yellow line. What's the guy do about that? Suck it up and go on home, or? I know where they're at, yeah. I was so fired up, I thought it probably a good idea that I just didn't even talk to him at the time.
Let us know, we'll go talk to them.
Yeah, 'cause they could have dangered you, just, out there.
Oh, I mean, there was I was just standing there, I mean, I was on the side of the road waving at them, slow down, they just honked and kinda got my blood boiling a little bit, so I guess I shouldn't let stuff like that bother me, but it does.
That's the way that's up on the interstate sometimes, people might think that you get too close to them, you
Yep.
just wanna hold your breath.
There's only a certain amount of stupidity that I can handle, and it's very slim.
That's what all I have this week.
All right, here.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's after,
Doing good, you?
Good.
after payroll.
All right.
Is Cheryl down in there today?
She is.
Okay.
Cheryl thought she'd have a good sheet for you next week. Hang on it.
I spoke to Joe Matasevic last week, he's the gentleman taking out the highway, and he had some questions about, I guess, signing up for stuff eventually, and I told him, I guess, just come to your office and,
Cheryl and Juanita,
Okay.
they both had stuff for him to fill out.
I wasn't for sure, I just told him to talk to you about it.
Juanita will do all the payroll stuff, Cheryl will do all the IMRs and.
Okay. Does she have like brochures or pamphlets or information that you could probably read about it, or?
You know, I don't believe she does, but I'll have her look for some,
Yeah,
you
maybe
know,
just make
print
copies
something
or
off.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen a pamphlet. I think he's just regular IMRF, isn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah,
all-
engineers are just regular IMRF,
Everybody is
Yeah.
now,
Okay. Okay. I
except
didn't know.
me.
yeah.
And that could be a detriment if I don't watch it.
Well, what are you?
I'm Echo.
Echo. So just-
IMRF, I mean, that's something that started approaching 20 years ago now. And I think they've done away with it.
Showing his age, ain't he?
Is that just a better plan?
No, this actually was, and it's sort of ill-conceived, but I don't know why they did it. But back then, it was, at age 55 or 20 years of service, you could retire with 80% of your salary, and it's what they call and you retire with what you call your present rate of earnings, which means you're gonna get 80% of the salary you retire with.
Right.
But then over the years, they figured out, some elected officials, right when they get ready to retire, they get their board to give them a real nice raise.
Good
And,
luck with that.
Start coming around.
and, I mean, it's happened, and they finally, after a while, they catch up to that. And then they went to a different ECO plan, which I thought was still in place, which basically what it is, it's, as opposed to 4.5%, you contribute, the county contributes 7.5%.
And that is still, but newly elected or appointed officials are just at the 4.
At the 4.5?
Cheryl called them the other day to make sure, you know.
So they did away with
correct
ECHO
filling out
altogether.
For new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they get their way. Well, I mean, IMRF will be solid, but your stock, you're gonna lose about 20% of your salary here for too much longer.
Get any money in this past week or?
I don't think there's been
Dana, I'll need to get with you to find out. Let Dana read that. We'll be receiving a check from the state of Illinois for like $7,500, almost $7,600. And it's a settlement from a lawsuit. But I'm just needing to know what account either they transfer it to or,
Do you care if I get a copy of this?
No, if
I'll
you-
bring it back. I'll start looking into where that needs to go.
and we did get like a almost $2,600 check for reimbursement for election judges from November election yesterday too.
A little bit.
Yeah, just keep it coming in. Start another lawsuit, Lisa.
There we go. That's what she's getting paid the big bucks for.
Just see, I don't know if you read the Big Sunday.
No,
I guess in Callaway County over in Kentucky, person that held a position like you, he passed away, but he was awful young.
there's, I think the county clerk over there,
Yeah.
he was in a wheelchair.
Well, yeah, that's the article. He was in Paducah Sun yesterday, but when he was in a grade school or high school, he had a swimming accident. He got paralyzed, and I guess he had complications from being paralyzed.
Well, I was talking to my sister-in-law, and of course, my brother always, took care of the taxes and stuff
Yeah.
like that, because they go in and they pay personal property taxes and all kinds of. But said she was amazed at this guy, because every tax bill he personally handled, and he would meet with the taxpayer, and they said that he was just, he was in a,
Work.
he was in a wheelchair. I mean, she was telling me this, that she was amazed that he'd look at it, explain everything to her, and said he'd just zip around here and zip around there, and she was really impressed with him.
Yeah, he'd worked in that office since 1986.
My goodness.
I mean, as soon as he got out of high school, that's where he went to work, and then he got elected a few years later, and he's always held that, but they talked about he was really a hard worker.
Well, that's what my sister-in-law said, and it just, and you, I mean, you know, she would notice, I mean,
Yeah.
because she said he just, basically, they gave her a tax bill, and he, of course, she was waiting line,
Yeah.
but he personally reviewed each and every
Yeah.
tax bill, is what I understood, or did hers.
You really
Yeah.
need to step it up, John.
I do.
That's what
Say
she,
how many
that's what she's
taxpayers, or
telling
how
me.
many,
Well,
That's a
Callaway's
bunch of
pretty good
days.
sized county.
Yeah, that's a whole.
And I'm
See, they pay
state.
personal property probably on their birthday, on their cars, boats, I mean,
They-
anything.
Anything, and they have what they call an intangibles tax on your investment. Of course, I think the state handles that.
Yeah, I didn't know if you read that. Well, anything else going on, Dana?
nothing.
So we
I
got-
think the auditors will finish up this week, she told me yesterday.
So we got 55,000 to pay some bills maybe.
Mhm.
Well, thank you.
I'll make a copy of this, John, and get it down to you.
Yeah, we
What's
don't
up
wanna
with
go
that
against the
drawing?
agenda.
Now, what's up for that? You'll be here till noon waiting then. Kind of ready to get out of school, have a little summer break.
Oh, yeah. How about Noah?
Yeah, he's, last couple weeks, man, they've had a lot of testing at school, I mean, just, you know, final, or just reports and stuff. He's been kind of burnt out.
I bet.
Yeah, he's ready. He's got a, what is it, test today, this constitution test or something today.
Bet you're gonna be glad when he gets out.
Yeah. I've been asking questions for him the last few days, so hopefully he'll do good.
Oh, yeah. And also Kaylee's finishing up her,
Do it.
Kaylee's finishing up her,
Oh, is she? Yeah.
she gets out, I think, next week.
She's taking summer classes.
I don't think so. She's got 2 jobs right
Oh,
now, so I
well,
think she's gonna,
She's pretty busy.
save some money up. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
Good day.
You too.
No, it ain't.
Last time you acted like that, we had to buy a new pickup.
Yeah. That truck's under warranty.
That bad, huh?
It's gotta be under warranty.
Transmission does something.
No. We rode a backhoe yesterday.
Oh,
Well, sort of. It was on a lowboy. And,
On the tractor or
the
Dump truck.
the backhoe was on the lowboy.
the dump truck on it?
And the butt dump truck pulling it. And the trailer tires got close to the shoulder. Pulled it off in the ditch and dumped the backhoe on its top.
rubber tired out.
Where did it happen at?
If I say Truby Corner, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I've seen all that dirt.
They're just, he had turned, made the turn, was headed
Yep.
down Mermet Road, about 200 feet down.
I thought, when I seen that last night. I was-
Tire, the truck never left the road, but the lowboy, the tire got over to the edge, and once it
Oh, it
started,
over in there.
it pulled it off in there, they saw shoulder. And dumped her on top, and of course, tore all the transport chains loose, left the back over the ditch.
Trailer went down the road, or did the trailer
Well,
roll over, or
it
was it
dug
stay?
in. Actually, the trailer did make 360-degree rotation,
Back up on his wheels.
backed up on its wheels.
It's lucky nobody was, I thought they was trying to
Nobody
load
hurt.
it or something.
Yeah.
But it,
That scared the person driving that truck.
oh, Steve is sick,
Bridget. Oh.
Baker. One of our,
He was driving the truck.
one of our most experienced, probably most conscientious people we've got.
Yep. Good man.
It says in 58 years, I haven't had an accident.
Well,
What,
He just
driving us stuff like that.
what was Super L back over?
The M, the industrial big eye.
Was the
How bad it
insurance
teared up?
take it?
Well, looked at, this happened at 2 o'clock yesterday. And we got out there, of course, we called the sheriff's office, JD come out. I tried to take pictures, and yet I haven't been able to recover any of them as of yet. The camera quit working on me out there, and I knew that, so JD took some pictures. He's the one to come out, and I called them. And, he came out and took a few pictures. When I found out that, he said, "You got pictures?" I says, "I was trying to get somewhere," and I said, "I can't get my camera to work." "Well, I'll take a few then." So, but I stepped off. It started leaving the road about 200 feet from the intersection. He was, you know, you turn on that road and immediately you're coming up over a rise.
Yep.
He was over the rise and of course straightened out. And he said, "I don't think I was meeting the car. I don't remember it. Everything happens, and you know, it just happens so doggone fast."
Couldn't have been going very fast.
No, couldn't have been going very fast. to make that
25
corner.
maybe.
If that, yeah, if that much. Because I said, "Where'd you get stopped?" He said, "I got stopped right in front of this." He said, as soon as I felt it leaving, said, I hit the brakes. And he said, "I got stopped," and then had moved on down the road, you know, 700 feet when I got there. He said, "No, I got stopped right in front of here."
You takes them up and turned it up.
Yeah, we were back in by about 3:30, 3:40. We rolled it up, took a little excavator out there, cause it was on the lowboy already. Set it up on its wheels. Checked it out, started it up, and drove it up on the lowboy.
Have you filled out a report for Gower yet?
I called them last night, so
Okay.
we've started. And,
Well,
I thought maybe the cab, but got to looking this morning, and it looks like it has twisted the front boom bucket. One side dug in,
Yeah.
and it hit. So,
Well, Larry, that old big guy had one Christmas Eve. Ice on the ground. For some reason, I thought I needed to move that thing. And that's when all my stuff set out. I tried to load that thing with ice on the trailer. Turned it over. Just drove right off the side. Larry, Miss Charlotta, friend, 543 members, I guess that's that one down there with the gun club. She said, well, I guess I turned it in unless I forgot that we hit a mailbox and with a snow plow. Said we never could fix it. I can't remember knowing anything about it.
I'll have to check.
Let me get her numbers.
543.
543-7406. I guess it's still working. She's using something down there, I guess.
7406, Larry, right? Okay. We'll check it out.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yeah, they call us usually we get them, but I got one. Guy turned one in last week.
You mean you got one with pickup?
No, mailbox. Said we hit it with snowplow.
Oh, you got a complaint?
And he says, "I just found out who to turn this into." And so, we had a couple more right down the road, so we just fixed it.
So what about,
Easy to do.
get a hold of Mr. Walkwest?
I ain't yet, he ain't answered the phone yet,
Okay, but you
we'll
got-
continue to try. Yeah, I got
okay.
your message, and I tried to call him yesterday morning, and he didn't answer. I thought I left a message, and I may not have, but I will, I've got his number, and I'll try again. Where was that now?
You know where the church is at there?
Anderson, yeah.
If you say if you're coming from 169, you get that T, you're gonna turn east.
Yeah,
As soon as that road curves and heads north,
yeah,
there's pretty much no ditch along the east side of that gravel road. And, one of the Douglases had approached me about it before and I forgot all about it. And, it's just simply completely cut.
I need to,
Go ahead.
Patrick, they might be having a little baby today. That's great.
Sounds like it. She looked like she's about to pop, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. She had a big beach ball in there. I sometimes have seen her. Yeah. His brother's wife is due around the same time, right?
Yeah, they both, I mean, I don't know if they schedule it or what.
Yeah, because their other children are right
Mhm,
around the same.
just right there together.
You know, he's trying to save Social Security, or what's the deal?
No,
sorry
just-
about that.
Go ahead.
But some follow-up on the action.
That looks like Larry needs that stuff, doesn't he?
No, I've seen those things before.
Here, this man.
We're way ahead of that with excavators, I think.
He was a Gerald, he's a digger.
Yeah.
Some DOTs have them, but I think we're way ahead of that with our
We
excavators.
had one.
Uh-huh.
So,
Well, everything else all right for you?
yes, I think so.
I spoke to Joe, and I guess you spoke to him too, everything's fine?
Yes. He is, I talked to him and I says, I would like to take you to the spring meeting. And he says, let me see if I can arrange that, and he called me back and said he could. And then he will, that's the, get the date, 9th and 10th, next week, next Thursday and Friday. And then he will be on board from then on. He was said, I've made arrangements to give notice, I'll start the 13th. And I said, that's fine, but I'd like to take you to the spring meeting. Well, let me check back with them. He says, maybe 2 days won't matter, and he called me back and said, yeah. So, I'm assuming he will go representing us, not HMG, but HMG will be at the meeting too, which is his employer, so.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm almost certain it will be, so.
Where's it at, Springfield or?
Effingham.
Effingham.
Yeah, this one's at Effingham, so,
Good deal.
so, yeah.
That's all I have, unless these guys have anything.
Okay, we'll get with Miss Green. Oh, by the way, your culvert at Samoth last week,
Yeah.
I told David, he already had it on his list.
Okay, good.
Hadn't got it, I think we got it cleaned out now. He says, I ain't got it cleaned out, but yeah, I've got it on the list, so.
Good.
We don't catch them all, so please keep reporting. People, well, didn't you know about it? I saw this several days ago. No, we don't travel 375 miles of road every day.
Impossible.
And people apologize for calling in issues. Don't, please, because that helps us out. Helps us keep up with stuff. So. All righty. Have a good one.